everyone, I am Heidi and we are in the Shape Your Future Healthy Kitchen. I always love being in here, and I have Julie from TSET, and I should say it's sponsored by TSET, as well as Chef Val from the OUTU School of Community Medicine. Thank you for joining me. And I'm just going to ask you right off the bat, what is TSET, Shape Your Future? Tell us a little bit.
Yeah, so Shape Your Future is a program of TSET, and we're a state grant making agency. Our mission is to have grants and programs to help people prevent and reduce tobacco use and live healthier lives. So Shape Your Future is really one of those programs geared towards families, people with kids in the home, because we know those healthy habits started young, last for a lifetime. So we have resources around how to add vegetables, how to ensure your kiddos are getting enough water, enough physical activity. And so we're here today because Chef Val always has great ideas.
I know. I'm already okay, now we got to move on over because we got to hear what's happening over here. What are you making today,
So we're
Chef
making
Val?
some honey Sriracha roasted Brussels sprouts. So Brussels sprouts are one of those things you hear lots of people say they don't like them. My opinion, it's because people have had them way overcooked. They're boiled, they get their frozen one, which I am a big fan of frozen vegetables. Brussels sprouts, you have to make sure and not overcook them if you get the frozen ones.
Okay.
We're using fresh today. So we're gonna make a little sauce to put on them. So we just have some honey, very highly crystallized honey.
That's
so if you
okay.
have some honey that is kind of getting a little thick, this would be a good application for that. We've got a little bit of canola oil. We're gonna do a pinch of salt, I mean like a quarter of a teaspoon, half a teaspoon or so of ground black pepper, a couple of cloves of garlic, and then one of the star ingredients here is some Sriracha. And so that kind of depends on what your family likes, but I'm going to use a couple of tablespoons, and this is just going to get whisked together, and then it's going to get poured on our Brussels sprouts. And so you might have seen that earlier that I was kind of taking the end off of the Brussels sprouts and then slicing it in half. But if it's like a really giant Brussels sprout, you might want to slice it into quarters. Okay, so this is just going to get fork stirred together.
So as long as your pieces are maybe a little more even, does that help on the baking side? Is that really where that's going?
Yeah, so you want to make sure that the pieces are like even, even sizing so that they cook about the same time, because you don't want to get one that's completely burned when you get another one that's really completely raw.
Okay.
So this just gets tossed together, and once it's nice and tossed together, you'll put it on the sheet pan. It'll go in the oven for about 20, 25 minutes. Kind of depends on your oven, depends on if you use convection. Also kind of depends on how caramelized you like them. Like I love the ones that have, the really dark leaves on them, but other people don't necessarily like them.
I like the
caramelized.
ones that are completely caramelized
Where
to the
they're
pan.
where you're pulling them off the pan.
Yes.
Now, also in regards to the Sriracha, is there alternatives if they don't like spicy, or you just don't put as much in?
Yeah, you could just leave it out altogether if you really don't like that, or you could do a couple of shakes of Tabasco sauce if you don't have that. Even a shake of cayenne pepper if you're looking for the heat, but you don't have everything you need in your pantry. Just go for a little cayenne pepper, even some little chili flakes like you get from, maybe you have some leftover from your pizza place.
place.
That's right. That's what I was right in there.
Yes.
So you can kind of adjust that as needed. And again, like you were saying with TSET, it's just finding those little steps to make for a better, healthier future.
Yes.
I cannot wait. I've been smelling them and they smell amazing. So I think we need to try them.
I think so.
All right, let's
Yeah.
go for it.
All right.
Go ahead. I'm just using my fingers.
Well,
If you can get it off the caramel.
no. Those are great.
Okay, these are so good. I think everybody needs to try them. If you haven't tried Brussels sprouts, give it a shot with this recipe. If you want more information on this recipe or just more information in general, head to our website, kjrh.com.